friends, you are welcome to your favorite learning channel, that is Royal Learning Channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to derive the first and the second equation of motion. You are going to learn how to derive the first and the second equation of motion. Then to derive the first and the second equation of motion, let's recall the following terms. The first one is speed. Then the second one is velocity. The third one is acceleration. So what is speed? Speed is the rate of change of distance with time taken. The rate of change of distance, rate of change of what? Of distance with what? With time taken. So S is distance, then T is time taken. So from here you can define speed. The rate of change of distance over what? Over time taken, or you say per time taken. Then what is velocity? Velocity is also the rate of change of distance with time taken, but in a specified direction. The rate of change of distance with time taken, but in a specified direction. So velocity is rate of change of distance with time taken in what? In a specified direction. So let me use simple illustration to state difference between speed and velocity. So from here now we can see that speed can be used in place of velocity. But how can we differentiate between a statement that is talking about velocity and a statement talking about speed? Let's take the first statement. For example, a car travels from point A to B at 30 kilometers in 5 seconds. So it says a car travels from point A to B. A to B, that is the starting point of the car is point A, and where it stopped is what? Is point B. So there is a specified direction. So when they mention a specified direction, that is what? Velocity. Velocity, we talk about a specified direction. So let's look at another statement. A car travels at a distance of 30 kilometers in 5 seconds. So a car travels at a distance of 30 kilometers in 5 seconds. So we don't know the starting point of the car and we don't know the end point of the car. So this one is talking about what? The second statement is talking about speed. The first statement is talking about what? Velocity, because there is what? A specified direction from point A to point B. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is the rate of change in velocity. So we have two types of velocity. We have initial, that is the starting point, and the final velocity. So the final velocity is V minus U. So change in velocity over what? Over time taken. So from here we can define acceleration. So you can say acceleration is the rate of change in velocity divided by the what? Divided by the time taken, or per time taken. The rate of change in velocity with time taken, or you say the rate of increase in velocity with time taken. That is acceleration. Then I want to explain something under this speed again. So the distance traveled by an object in a specified direction is called displacement. The distance traveled by an object in a specified direction is called displacement. So we can also define what? Velocity as the rate of change, what? Change in displacement, or change of displacement over what? Over time taken. the rate of change of displacement with time taking. Now, let's come back to derivation of equations of motion. So how can we derive the first equation of motion? So the first equation of motion will be derived from definition of acceleration. The first equation of motion will be derived from definition of acceleration. So acceleration is A. So acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by the what? The time taken. Change in velocity over time taken. So now let's cross multiply. When we cross multiply, v minus u times 1 will give us v minus u equal to a times t will give me at. Then I don't want negative to be at this side, so I'm going to move this minus u to this side. So therefore it will give me v equal to, u will now be positive when it gets to this side. It will change to positive. U plus what? Plus at. That is the first equation of motion. So we have derived the first equation of motion, number 1. So let's move to number 2. We want to derive the second equation of motion. So we are going to derive the second equation of motion from the average speed. Average speed. Average speed. Then don't forget that speed can be used in place of what? Of velocity. Speed can be used in place of velocity. So velocity is v. Then we have two velocity, which is the final velocity and the initial velocity. The final velocity and the initial velocity. So when they ask us to look for the average velocity, what will be our average velocity? That will be the final velocity plus initial velocity divided by 2. That is the average velocity. So since velocity can be used in place of speed, so what will be our average speed? So our average speed will now be equal to the final velocity plus initial velocity divided by 2, since speed is the same thing as velocity. So v plus u over what? Over 2. Now we are going to substitute equation 1 into this formula. Substitute equation 1 into average speed. So let's substitute equation 1 into average speed. So what will be our average speed now? What will be our average speed? So our average speed, I will replace my average speed with a dot s. I don't want to write it fully. So average speed is equal to v plus u over 2. So I want to substitute this equation 1 into this formula. Now my velocity v, my final velocity v, is the same thing as u plus at. So anywhere I see v here, I will replace with u plus at. So my average speed will now be equal to, so my v will change to u plus at. So I will replace this v with u plus at. It will give me u plus at, then plus this u divided by 2. So which is equal to u plus u will give me 2u, then plus what? Plus at, then divided by 2. Divided by 2. Now let's move on. So my average speed is equal to, don't forget that our speed is the same thing as distance over time taken. Speed is the same thing as distance over time taken. So therefore my average speed will now be distance divided by the what? By the time taken, equal to 2u plus at over what? Over 2. So what is the next step to take? So we cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we are going to have 2u. Sorry. When we cross multiply, s times 2 will give us 2s equal to. So we are going to use this t to multiply what we have at this side. So that will be t into bracket 2u plus 8t. That is t multiplied by 2u plus 8t. So our 2s will now be equal to, so let's open the bracket. This one will give us 2ut plus t times 8t will give me 8t square. It will give me 8t square. Now, to get s, I'm looking for s, so I will divide both sides by 2. I will divide this side by 2. So 2 will cancel 2. I will be left with s. So this one I can also split what I have here into 2. I can split this fraction into 2. So I will split it into 2ut divided by 2 plus 8t square divided by 2. So therefore 2 will cancel 2. So at this side I will be left with ut plus what? 8t square divided by 2. That is half 8t square. So this is the second equation of motion. This is the second equation. So that is the second equation of motion. In my next video, I'm going to explain how to derive the third equation of motion. If you are watching me here on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed to Royal Learning channel, kindly do so by clicking on the subscribe button to discover the joy of learning. If you are watching on TikTok, remember to follow, like, share, and leave comments. See you in my next video. Bye.